what I learned from crocheting with embroidery thread. First things first, it is possible you don't always need just regular yarn. You can crochet with embroidery thread. It means though you're going to have to opt for smaller hooks. So I was using a 2mm hook, and it creates a very dainty image. That also means though, if your tension is uneven, it's going to reflect a lot more prominent, because if you look here, you can see the different sizes in my chains, and that becomes more obvious when you're using a smaller needle / hook. It's also a little bit harder. I think this is easier to do if you have glasses called lazy eye glasses, where once you put them on, then the image that's on your lap actually comes right in front of you, because doing this is so much harder because of how small the stitches are. It's still not too bad, and if you're using embroidery, this also tends to like just get tangled easily, so don't take out too much at a time. Keep it tight.
So, it seems like people were interested in the little Bobble Stitch bubble fidget toys. You can pop them to the front, pop them to the back. They're just a fun little fidget alternative. Anyway, so I got my materials together. I made a few more of them, and I wrote down a really fast pattern. I'm going to type it out somewhere and post it up. I'm not sure where yet, but I figured I could put together a quick tutorial to start with. First things first, you're going to need, obviously, a crochet hook. I'm using an F. You're going to need some sort of yarn. I'm just going to be using a random ball of scrap yarn. I think it's Red Heart. Scissors. Needle for weaving in ends. And some sort of keychain. So to start this one out, you're just going to make a slip knot, and then you're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Then once you've done that, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to go 1, 2, second chain from the hook, make a half double crochet, and then half double your crochet your way across the row. Okay, when you reach the end of the row, you do your last half double crochet, then you will chain 2 and turn. And that's it. There's your foundation row. If you'd like an easier but slightly more advanced way to do it, check out my next video. I'll show you how to do it as a half double crochet foundation, which will eliminate having to start with a chain. It makes it a little bit more stretchy, so you don't have to worry so much about your tension on that first bottom row. But if not, then you can check out part 2, where I will show you how to do the repeated rows that make up your bubbles. Also, for those of you who like written patterns rather than video tutorials, in the comments, can you let me know, where do you like to find your free patterns? I have a couple of places I could put it, but I'm not sure where to go yet. Let me know.
Easy, you can tease me. All I need is that you see me. Do my nails, cut my hair. I'm a brand new bitch.
This is how to crochet so you never get wrist pain again. To do this method, you want to hold your crochet work in a more vertical position as you work into the stitches, compared with the more horizontal position you may be used to. In your dominant hand, which for me is the right, you hold the hook. However, the difference here is you're also holding your working yarn in this hand as well. So whilst holding your crochet work in that vertical position in your off hand, for me that's my left, insert your hook vertically into the next stitch. And you can see how little wrist rotation is used to do this. You're then going to let go of your hook entirely to yarn over. Now, in order for the hook not to slip or drop out of place, you use the index finger and thumb of your offhand to pinch the crochet work near the stitch you're working into. This will hold the hook in place. You can also rest your hook on your index finger of your offhand. It's a case of working out which system works best for you personally. Then, using that dominant hand, you wrap the working yarn around your hook. I work under then over from right to left. Then you take hold of your hook again and pull it back through, catching that yarn as you do so. Again, you're going to let go of your hook, and obviously without supporting it, it will drop out of place. So you can again use the pinching method to support the hook, or you can use your other 3 fingers to support the hook from underneath. Now you yarn over again. This time I've gone over then under instead. This is just how I've had the best results in this part of the stitch. Now taking the hook in your dominant hand, catching the yarn and pulling it back through to complete the stitch. Okay, let's do that one more time. You work vertically up and into the next stitch, then supporting your hook using that pinch with your offhand, you can yarn over using your more dominant hand before picking up the hook again and pulling through. Then pinch and support your hook using your offhand once more, yarn over using your dominant hand, pick up the hook again and pull through, completing the stitch. And there you have it. That's how I crochet to avoid wrist pain, and it has completely changed everything for me.
So I just found the brand new Big Twist Baby Bear yarn, and I figured I wanted to compare it to some things so that you guys can get like a full scope of what this yarn feels like before you order it. So the string on the right is the new Baby Bear yarn, and the string on the left is Premier Parfait Chunky. Now for these two, on the right is once again the Baby Bear yarn, and on the left is Sweet Snuggles Light. Quite frankly, if someone handed me this skein of Baby Bear yarn, I would probably say it's Premier Parfait. It feels pretty much identical. Look, it doesn't shed at all. Like I'm pulling and then I pull up the Premier yarn, and if I pull a couple good times, we have shedding. As for pricing, Premier Parfait is usually $5 a skein and it's 131 yards. I got this skein on sale for $7 and there's 240. I think I might switch over.
Very excited for this. It's a knitting machine. Oh my god, it even comes with yarn. Oh my god. I've no idea how it works, but do you know what we're going to do? We're going to find out together how this knitting machine works. What a fabulous New Year's resolution to start knitting. This is, let me read this and I'll be back. Okay, it says set the switch to tube, which is T. And then this is where the yarn, oh my god! First step is I've got to put this through here, like this. Hang on. I've threaded it in. It was a bit of a faff. Now, what do I do? Now I've got to turn it. Oh my god! So I've started turning it around, and now I've got to here. I need to put it in this bit. It says tightness. I don't know what that means. Let's just put it in like this. This is how it says you do it. Like that. Right. And then... Well, I fluffed it. I'm going to try it again. Okay, I've reset it and I've done it the right way round. I've threaded that in there. And now it says just turn. Right, pray for me, people. Pray. I think I'm doing this right. We're just going to turn it round like this. Is it working? What have I done wrong? Oh, no! Right, I've done it a third time. In and out, in and out, in and out. Let's hope for the best. Now, apparently it just says turn. I hope to God. Right, well this seems to be working a lot better. Is it working? Oh my god.
It is.
Oh my god. Sean needs to hold it for me, but look.
Wow.
Look.
Oh my god.
It's working.
That is working.
Look, it's bloody working. Stop it. Look, I've got it to work. Oh my god. That's alright, Sean, I got it now. I'm gonna make it ready.
Do it.
Stop it. Oh my, look at it. Look at it. Making a bloody woolly hat. Look at that. Oh my god. Now I gotta work out when I've had enough, how to get it off. Look. This is the best thing I've ever been sent. Oh my Christ. Can you see it at the bottom? I'm gonna make a woolly hat. Hang on. I made the smallest bobble hat in the world. Look at that. Hang on. Look at that. Do you want a little hat, bro? You look like Wee Willy Winky. Look at that.
Say, you run it on the road, so get out the way, push the pedal to the floor, go all the way, yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate, going faster than fast, hit the gas, lose control, I won't crash, run.
Tout ce que j'ai crocheté au mois de juin, je m'appelle Marjorie, je suis créatrice crochet. J'ai débuté ce mois de juin avec 4 petits chouchous tournesol, donc 2 grands et 2 petits. C'est aussi là que j'ai découvert le tapestry crochet, j'en ai fait 3. J'ai ensuite réalisé un petit panier tricolore, ainsi que son grand frère que je vous mets juste ici. Je peux pas vous le montrer parce qu'il a déjà été vendu sur la boutique. J'ai ensuite réalisé un petit sac Granny Square et à l'intérieur je lui ai mis du tissu directement dans la poche. Je vois pas très bien parce que c'est dans l'ombre, mais voilà, il y a une petite poche et la poche principale donc en tissu. Dites-moi si vous voulez un tuto pour savoir comment faire. J'ai ensuite fait une petite couverture pour un bébé, mais j'ai totalement oublié de la filmer, donc voilà. Je suis actuellement en train de me faire un petit boléro, comme ça vert et blanc pour l'été. Attendez, je vais vous montrer porter, ce sera mieux. Donc voilà, il faut que je termine encore cette manche et que je fasse la deuxième. Un vlog sortira bientôt dessus d'ailleurs. Je me lance aussi un petit défi en ce moment, c'est de faire plein de petits légumes, fruits, aliments, comme ça en crochet. Donc voilà le tout premier, qui est un petit maïs. Et enfin une petite peluche B-Max d'un patron mystère que j'ai découvert en vidéo. Et donc voilà tout ce que j'ai crocheté au mois de juin. N'hésitez pas à aller voir sur ma boutique Etsy qui se trouve dans ma bio. Vous retrouverez une grande partie de ces projets.
I found out Shein sold crochet hooks, so now I'm going to review them. This is one set that I got, and this is the other set that I got, but it's for a friend. These are wooden A-line hooks that come in 12 sizes, I think. For those of you who don't know, an inline hook is where the hook is level with the rest of the needle. Tapered hooks are where the hook actually pokes out a little bit more than the needle, which makes it easier to grab yarn. These go from size 2.5 to 10 millimeter. I am using the 6.5 millimeter hook to try out a sweater that I'm working on. The yarn I'm using for this project is an acrylic 4-weight yarn. Oh, hell, God. My yarn has a splinter now. If we're being honest now, I hate this. Well, actually, I think I just have to work it in, but I hated... This is BS, man. So every couple of stitches go by nice, but then once in a while it gets caught on the unsanded part of the wood. I'm gonna try a different material of yarn and a different size needle to give it a full review. Now I'm gonna use Knit Picks Simply Weight Cotton, which is a 2-weight yarn, and I'm gonna use the appropriate hook size. I'm using a 3mm hook, and I'm just gonna do a little swatch. It's chaining well. Okay, it's really not that bad. I just saw that Amazon actually sells the same exact hook set. So here it is from Amazon. It's originally $7.97, but now it's $2.99, except there's also delivery for $3.99. So bottom line, it is cheaper to get it from Shein, even though that's on sale. I would not suggest getting these only because they are wooden, meaning they splinter more and they're a little bit harder to work with, but I'm sure the plastic ones work well. Let me know if you want more review videos like this.
Okay, so you're going to want to look back at the other video for how to measure, but once you've got your measurements, you know that regardless of the length you do, shorts or pants, it's going to fit width-wise over the widest parts of your body. So you will have measured your hip at the widest point, and you will have measured your thigh at the widest point, and in doing so, you're going to ensure that there will be no point of your piece that's going to be narrower than your body is. It's also crochet and knit, so it depends what fiber you're using, but these are 100% cotton. These are a little bit of cotton, linen, and alpaca. And so it's going to just depend. Like if you chain your initial chain an inch larger than your measurements, than your largest measurement of the two, then you're going to ensure that you're going to have a wider leg fit. And it doesn't matter if it gets really wide at your waist, because you're going to do a waistband that's going to cinch that back into shape and then fit no more wide than your waist above your hips. And so for pants, it's the same thing. Your thigh is usually going to be wider than your ankle or your calf or any other part of your leg. So you have a wide leg pant. I mean, it's usually like a straight leg pant, and then you can again just go an inch or two above your largest measurement and get wide leg. But yes, in terms of the crotch, it's literally 2 squares / rectangles. I mean, they end up being rectangles. And what you're going to do, I have this pair here that's unfinished. So, and yeah, these look really tiny, but the stitch is why they look this way. But basically, you have your 2 rectangles, 1, 2, and then you're gonna fasten them however long you want your inseam This is going to be the inseam here. And then however long you want your coverage. And the crotch, what you're going to do is you're going to sew this together, sew this together, sew this together. And then instead of going, you know, straight up and continuing to sew, you're going to then sew this and then go either up the front or the back. And you're going to take the back, then whichever side you didn't sew, and then you're going to sew down, and then you're going to attach this leg together for your inseam. So overall, pretty simple. This panel, and then once that's all done, you're going to have really funky looking pants. It's going to not look like it's going to fit at all. And then you're going to, this will all be sewn together, and then you're going to take the back, start there, and then you're going to do applied back loop only ribbing, or you can do it slip stitch or single crochet. This one's single crochet. And then this is slip stitch. I like this look better. But I've got tutorials for all of that on my page. And that's it. It's as simple as it seems. Like, it doesn't get more confusing than that. There's no increasing, decreasing, any.
This is the last stitch I know that looks knit, even though it's a crochet stitch. For this, I'm using a Tunisian crochet technique. And to start, I'm going to pull up a loop through every single back loop on the chain. If you're confused about how to work into the back loop, let me know. I have a video on that I can reply to you with. That way it'll be tagged in the comments. Then once I pick up all the loops, I'm going to yarn over, pull through 1 for my turning chain, yarn over and pull through 2, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2 until I only have 1 loop left on my hook. Then to start row 2, I'm going to insert my hook. You see that loop right there? I'm going to insert it between those 2. Push my hook through the back, yarn over and pull through, and pull up a loop. Do that again, and I'm going to do that until I have the stitches picked up, however many I need. And then to finish row 2, I'm going to do the same thing, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and you're going to pull through 2 until you only have 1 loop left on your hook. I'll do that for a few rows. And then to finish my swatch, I'm going to slip stitch. So I'm inserting my hook into the stitch the way I did before. I'm going to yarn over, pull through the stitch and the loop on my hook. And that way I only keep 1 loop on my hook. I like to keep the first videos like these very fast for those who are already more advanced in crochet, but if you want the extended version, leave me a comment and I'll reply to it with the video.